Mother Nature insists that we work really hard, that we make progress, and that we serve. And if you're doing those things, then you will feel this sense of fulfillment. It doesn't mean that you're joyful every second. It just means that you have this resilient emotional state. But you've got to push yourself. Like, I really think that working hard is a mandate from nature. And that if you aren't working hard, even if you have all the wealth in the world, you just feel like something isn't right.
Yeah. Dude, I'm getting chills over here. So I am in the middle of a dynamic with my son. This conversation is like the through line to our entire world right now at home. So I'm a guy that grew up in hardship, right? And I'm a guy that's created a lot for my life that shouldn't have been created for my life. And the one thing, like you said, my goal is to have kids. I have the kids, but I also need them to have kids. And one of the biggest things is, like, if you can't do hard things, your life is not great. I would go venture to say it's a horrible life.
And internally generated suffering. That's what I want people to understand. This doesn't have to do with getting rich or anything like that.
No.
It is not the outside world. It is your internal world that will feel horrible.
Oh yeah, all of it. And then you will have some things that'll affect the outside world. But it's like right now, my youngest son's 13, my oldest is 17. I had to go through the same journey with him of getting him to do hard things. And his actual statement was, "Dad, I think you should have been harder on me."
Whoa.
As he's watching me parent my youngest son.
Wow.
And so the dynamic with my youngest son, love him to death. He's gonna watch this. This is gonna be fun. Great kid. He's got a phenomenal heart. He's got this amazing brain. He's intelligent. You'd love him talking to him. He's one of those guys that'll like say things and make you go, "What?" I didn't think of it. However, he doesn't like doing hard things. I mean, he seeks comfort in all areas. And I was recently watching something that broke down. I read this whole research article on it where dopamine has different receptors. We think it's only in the doing of hard things, but it's also in the solution that allows it to be easier. So when somebody finds something that's hard, to go, "I got that done, feel great." Someone could also go, "Oh, I found a way around that. Oh, good job finding the solution, the shortcut." Like my son, who's this younger guy, we're like, "We're gonna put you in boxing." As opposed to going, "I'm gonna be dominant in boxing," he goes, "I'm just gonna run around the ring." He had that dopamine done for finding a solution and not have to have the hardship. So his thing right now is, how do I get you to do something hard? So we've started every day, this whole morning routine. You'll like this as a cold shower guy. We hike to the top of a hill near our house. We come back down. I put him in 48-degree water for 2 minutes. The whole cold plunge we got every single morning.
48 is cold, man.
I've seen guys get to like 26, psychopaths. Jesus. But we get in, and he's at 13 doing this.
It had to be seawater.
I think it might have been. It was
or
low.
Highly moving.
Anything that I've done. I've never done it. I'm talking, you watch, there's still ice chunks on top of the water when they're doing it. Yeah, I'm not getting that. Mine will go to 36, but I'm not going that low. But the purpose is to get him to do something hard. And he doesn't grasp what it is. But the purpose is, if I can get you to do something hard and normalize you to that level of expenditure, not only do you feel good about yourself because you've done something hard, but then you get to do things other people would try to do and falter at, but you get to go, "Look what I've accomplished over them." Not so much to diminish
Please, Jesus,
them.
let him get that.
Oh, we're doing that. Yeah.
Dude, so my dad, who I wanted to punch in the mouth as a child, he just insisted, like, you are going to learn the discipline of hard work. He always said, it's going to build character. It's going to build character. Yeah. And so, one, I grew up lower middle class. Two, I grew up like chopping wood, carrying wood. Like, we used to legitimately go into the mountains, find trees that had fallen, cut them up, spend an entire weekend hauling wood.
I like this, man. That's
dude. Dope. But like, because that's how we heated the house. You know what I mean? And look, I don't want people to think I grew up poor. I did not. I used to think I did. I've seen poverty. I did not grow up in poverty. But we did shit like that. And every time I push back, like, this is so dumb. Like, for the love of God, let somebody else do this. But I was like, it's going to build character. It's going to build character. And so every year from the time that I was 12, I had a summer job. And when I got older, dude, the fact that I've been successful is because of that.
I agree.
I was like, I know how to work. I know how to suffer.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, because I wasn't a skilled business person, the only thing I had going for me was I could suffer.
Yeah.
And that allowed me to then get a leg up. And so I'm always reminding my own team, I'm like, you think I act like this because I'm the CEO, and I'm telling you, I became the CEO because I acted like this when nobody gave a fuck who I was, nobody listened. And getting people to understand the power of skill acquisition, a willingness to suffer, and to your earlier point, pushing yourself way beyond what you thought you were capable of.
It is, and I love hearing those stories, because, like, I look back, and I have a college coach, and I had high school coaches. I do not know a single person that I can look back on that made me better, I didn't hate in the moment.
Yeah.
Every person that made me better. Even with my wife in times, my kids I was dealing with, I hated people. But in the moment, it was always forced me to do something to improve myself. And same as you, like, I can find joy in suffering. Like, there's this weird peace I get when, like, I'm burning in the middle of a workout and I want to stop. And I go, oh, what if you get one more rep, dude? Like, what happens? And so you get that rep and you go, that's what happens. And then that you feel that difference. And so you walk around having a little chip on your shoulder in a positive way. It doesn't mean I'm diminishing anybody around me. In fact, that chip helps me serve at a higher level. But realistically, it's like I want to feel as I'm the most, like, highest version of I can get to myself, of me. And the only way to get there is through hard work. If you take the shortcuts, you take the shortcut. And that diminishes. And so when people go like, I'm not making many sales at my business, or my wife, we can't communicate well, I promise you it's some area you're cutting a corner in effort. Don't know what it is, but if you find that and you show up in that manner, it'll push. I think one of the biggest issues, which is maybe it's a kid thing, is it's got to be your idea though. So it's hard with him because it's my idea to do it and I need him to take ownership of it. We recently had this conversation. I'm like, he plays football. He doesn't give all the heart. I can tell, he knows. And I think part of it's because I'm trying to get him to give his heart to it. I don't care if it's badminton. If you want to go and paint snails, dude, just do it at full effort. But I've pulled back now and I go, I'm not really going to, give any kind of criticism what he's doing. But I told him, I said, if you want to play next year, you're going to pay for it. Because I need you to go and put the time, energy, effort, and then put that up as a sacrifice. Say, I'm putting my own time into going to playing this game, so that at the next level, it's now your choice to be there, your decision to put the time in. And so there's these conversations that we have, but they're all in that same thread of, dude, 100%, I'm like, you got to do hard things.
Yeah.
I try to make it hard on purpose, because I think one of the problems we have in society now is we coddle kids and we rob them of their hardships. And then what we do is we see adults and go, why can't you work hard? Why can't you do it? Well, it's because their mom and dad robbed them of the hardship. So we want a kid all of a sudden to snap out of this. They've been coddled and it's been easy. And it's okay. Everyone get a trophy. And then when they get older, don't do that anymore. How? So it's difficult, but at least I'm not going to put out kids that'll be problematic later on.